Really do?
What do you want to do tomorrow, Sergio?
I'll be working.
Are you working tomorrow?
Yeah.
They said you're going to be off Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, I'm starting next week. I haven't worked in 2 weeks. I gotta work here Saturday, Sunday, and Friday. Don't fucking touch my mouth, bitch. Fucking asshole. Hey everybody, I'm Sergio Celis.
And I'm Hilario.
And welcome to Our Opinion. And today we're talking about
Bleed for This, starring Miles Teller, Aaron Eckhart, Katie Sagal, and Ciaran Hinds.
Yeah, so if I, like always, we're just gonna start by telling you whether you should see this in theaters or not. My opinion, yeah, you could wait.
I say go out and see it. I mean, if there's no better movie coming out, I mean, this week it was pretty good. You had Nocturnal Animals, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I would decide to go see Bleed for this week.
Yeah, go see it. So let's get into the positives. The positives, it's a good story. It's very inspiring. It is based on true events, based on actual boxer and what he went through to get back from this horrible accident that's just demolished his body. But
it's all about perseverance.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have the will to do it, then go out and do it. That's basically the bottom line of the message that this movie tries to send out. And I thought this guy acted well. I thought everybody acted really well in it. I didn't have a problem with nobody's acting in it. Nope, nobody. I was gonna say no.
Nobody? Like I said, it's a good story. But I don't have any. I mean, I thought the story was good, very inspiring. The acting was solid, but it wasn't his best. It wasn't my style.
No,
I still think
his best is still Whiplash. One of my personal favorite movies of all time.
Other than that, I have more negatives than positives. So for me, now I'm gonna get into the negatives because that's really mostly what I got. I thought the story lagged. It had its high and lows, but for me, it started out good, and then it just went down, and then it went up.
That to me was like the first act. The first act was decent. It was a little slow. It was just barely keeping me there. After he gets hurt, to me is where it really starts to pick up.
It does.
And I did not have a problem with the rest of the movie. If anything, it just kept me entertained and inspired by what he was doing and what he was trying to accomplish.
The thing is, the movie is more about the inspiration, what he had to go through just to get back. The problem for me is that they try to sell this as a boxing kind of style movie, like Rocky or Creed, the Creed, which I personally did love. You know, it had like 3 boxing scenes where they're boxing in the ring, and each one to me was boring. And that's the problem with me. It sold itself as a boxing movie, and it didn't deliver. Now, if they would have just said this is more about his road to recovery,
Which they did. And then the trailers, at least, they did.
They could have literally cut 2 of those fight scenes.
No, because I feel like those fight scenes really help kind of tell you the kind of person he was in the ring.
You could have done that. You could have done that without having to actually film. They could have just not filmed those scenes, or they could have just done it as
Because in the last fight scene, it tells you, show me the kind of fighter you are, and if you didn't show those in his first 2 fights, then you wouldn't know what kind of fighter he was.
You could have literally done montage as not montage. You could have done as flashbacks to where he's remembering while he's in my opinion, this should have started the movie right after the accident or in the accident, and then as he's recovering, you could have had flashbacks where it shows where he remembers what he used to be like, him watching old videos. You could have started with old videos, of him boxing, and then kind of telling the story of who it was, and then all of a sudden you start with the car accident, and then you could have focused most of the movie of his recovery and coming back from that accident and having this grand fight. Mostly like Creed and Rocky. Those movies, what I like about them, it's the journey. It's the journey from where they started to how they go to that fight. And this one had 3 very significant fights, all very poorly
choreographed. Yeah.
Choreographed. They're not exciting. They're just very badly done. And I felt like what they should have done, if they were going to do it that way, they could have gotten a secondary director to direct those fight scenes. Somebody that worked either on Creed or has worked in boxing movies. Because to me, it was very just not well done.
I mean, to me, visually, they looked as good as the original Rockies. The Rocky ones don't look like... Granted, I love the Rocky movies, but the fight scenes are like... and they throw their head back. It looked very fake. That's what this looked like. It didn't look.
But no. The problem with this one is that they look fake. It's also they had and it had no energy. It's just two guys hitting each other. But there's the music. Sometimes they didn't even have any music. It's just them hitting each other.
No,
there was no build up.
They had music.
It was
I
filmed.
specifically remember because at one point he gets knocked across the head and the music just stops, and all you hear is the ringing sound from when he's boxing.
Yeah, but I guess it did have music. I guess I was so bored I didn't notice. The other thing I didn't like is the angles they chose sometimes to film those boxing. It was just very poorly directed, those scenes. Those are mostly all my negatives. I mean, granted, even without those, the movie's still good.
Yeah, but
the story's still inspiring.
The main positive for me is the fact that the story is so inspiring. After getting out of that movie theater, I'm like, yes, this makes me want to go out and just run and just exercise. It makes me want to go do something.
It makes you want to go do it, but are we actually going to do it? Probably.
I might. You don't know me. But
how old are you?
22.
I think 22 years of knowing you, I'm pretty sure I know you. If I tell you I'm going to get up and run tomorrow, are you going to believe that?
No.
Exactly.
But yeah, the message, the message is what's the best thing about this movie. It's just inspiring. Even the way they end it, it's just great to me.
I also didn't like the ending.
I love the ending.
I hated that little.
It's
You know what? You know what? It would have been better if since it's based in true events. If that's an actual interview, if they would have ended it with that interview, it would have been a much more.
I think it would have thrown people off because Miles Teller, as much
then
as
you gotta be super stupid if you can't keep up with this movie. If you literally get thrown off because oh my god, did they just switch actors? No, clearly
it's gonna throw people off because as much as Miles Teller was great in the role, he looks nothing like the actual fighter. He doesn't.
No,
it would have thrown people off. And by the sounds of it,
the three people that were behind us, it was only like us three and like three other people behind us.
That's because they decided a bad week to open. It was going up against Fantastic Beasts, and
I don't think they figured that it was gonna make a lot of money. It's supposed to be like a in my opinion, I think it's like an Oscar bait, which there's no way this one gets nominated for Best Picture. There's no way that any of these actors in that movie are gonna get nominated for Best Actor or Supporting Actor. I didn't.
No, I don't think so either.
All the performances were decent, and some were just not all that great.
But even then, by the way they ended, it looks like they were only taking audio. They weren't taking video.
What do you mean?
At the end, she just presses the little recorder on her lap.
Oh, I know.
So there probably is no video. There probably is audio.
Then they could have played the audio. Either way, if it was video, playing the video. If there was audio, playing the audio would have had a better hit. It would have hit me better, and I would have liked the ending better if they did that. The fact,
why? I mean, he hit the freaking accent really well.
It's not the accent. It's just that it sounded stupid.
To me, no, I got it, and so did Ruben. He also got it.
It sounded really dumb to me. But then I heard him talk, because they do show a few instances where they actually show video of the guy talking after the credits are rolling, and he doesn't sound like the brightest bunch.
Look,
the dialogue was basically just ripped out of that guy.
If I'm gonna give it a number score, I'm gonna give it a solid 7. I think you should go out there and see it. I thought it was a good movie.
I'm giving it a 6. A lot of the problems really killed it for me, but it's still a movie that you could see. I mean, I still say wait until it comes out DVD. But if you want to go see in theaters, I mean, if you like inspiring movies that show perseverance and the fact that it's based on a true story, it makes it even more remarkable. Then yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy it. But if you're going in there thinking you're gonna see a good movie with like a Rocky style movie where you're gonna have like all these good cool boxing scenes, you're gonna be very disappointed.
I suggest you go watch it if you have no interest in Fantastic Beasts or Nocturnal Animals, and if you're interested in just seeing a Miles Teller movie, go see Whiplash. Highly recommend it. One of my personal favorite movies of all time. Right, but like always, I'd like to hear your opinion down below. Leave a comment, like, subscribe.
Yeah, you can follow me at Hyroos at either Instagram or Twitter, and you can follow this channel at
Our Opinions 84
at Twitter. So just either follow us there, leave a comment, do your thing. We're good.